So if this is our support and resistance level, this red line, this was the previous highs and lows. This is Monero dollar that we're looking at. This one's really been outperforming. It's been in an uptrend. When you get above a support and resistance level like this, here we are clustering above it. So that's bullish. This is a good example of what to look for though. ABC down, ABC up. This is one of those ones where the second swing is 61.8 of the first swing. Okay, it's approximate with these measured moves, don't worry. But that's what we're seeing here. And so now we're going to look for this final leg, another ABC down, but it should unfold in 5 waves, the last leg. So we're going to look for, so A, B, C, and then this next leg hopefully will be the breakout. So the way I'm going to do this is wait for Monero to do its thing. You can wait and buy the dip if you like on reversal price action, or you can wait and buy the price action in Monero by putting an alarm on the top. If we go back to the daily, remember this is us above our daily 50 moving average. Let's take all these fibs away. And so this was our first rally in Monero, A, B, C correction. We're looking for another leg higher for a minimum back to this 200 moving average. But let's take this away and do it this way. Low, high, low from here, 142.32, and then another leg higher takes us to 167 in Monero dollar. If we look at Monero against Bitcoin, so same thing, we've got one leg higher, ABC down, we're looking for a second leg higher. I'm looking for us to retest the highs at 19.257 and potentially looking for 21.581, and these prior highs, which is like our descent trend decision level in Monero. Short term, here's our cluster of sideways price action. We're going to put brackets around it. We might see one more swing higher in this one. This is a bit of a funky correction. If we do, then let's do it like this. Monero Bitcoin's a little bit. 16.911, potentially 16.750, which is the hourly 200. So wait for this correction to play out in Monero, or wait for if this makes a bull flag, wait for a break. I'm going to put my alarm here like this. So there is one in the majors that I think, or a couple that I think are, looking very good for have more room to the upside. So this is Monero, very short term. This is a bounce, hourly buy setting up here. If we look at it under the hood on a 15-minute, okay, we've got our ABC correction down. This could be complete, or it could be that we're going to see this as another bigger, ABC correction. You never know when you buy if it's going to keep going or not, or whether you're, in part of a bigger one. You just have to wait and see if you make a new high or not. But it is on the hourly setting up to give us a buy shortly. Not quite there yet. That 15-minute needs to dip and then turn higher again in Lumen. If we go to the daily in Lumen, we've got room to the upside to get to this upper trend line here. Here we go. Here's our upper trend line. And at least these prior highs, if we look, there's a solid support and resistance level from here. It's probably where we're gunning for. So it's around 4,400. So that's where we're looking for, back to the highs in Monero. Because this is a slightly lower low, I'm sure some people will try and call this an inverted head and shoulders pattern, cup and handle, whatever. 4,400 anyway is the resistance level that we're looking for on the upside in this one. Back to those highs. So watching the hourly buy in Lumen, hourly buys around the place actually. Let's see Bitcoin Cash, because this is one of those ones that is on the way. Take these away because we need fib levels now from this swing. So we're going to do it from this big swing. Got them the wrong way around. Okay. So from this swing, we've got above the 236 fib level, and these prior highs and a whole bunch of support and resistance. So on a pullback, they should be support. So back to 0.09 in Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin should be support. I'm going to zoom all the way out there and put the big fib for both these swings on like this, because that'll be our first target. So our first target is 0.15 in Bitcoin Cash Bitcoin, and we're looking for a pullback to these support levels. So hourly, here we go. Okay, so here's our support and resistance level. It's at 0.0912, so we're looking a little bit toppy. Again, we're going to look for an ABC correction to come back down here. So 0.0912 in Bitcoin Cash, at least on a pullback, I think. Now, if this makes a double top, which is looking like, it is looking like a bit of a double top, isn't it? Then that's easier, because you know if you break the range, you go twice that distance. So if we break these lows in the middle, this is an hourly chart here I'm looking at. If we break these lows, we'll go twice this distance, so you know that it's going to look like this. So you just have to wait and see. And then that's 0.08825, in fact, where we will be looking for this one. Okay, so those are the majors, all in pullbacks and looking for support. I'm a little bit hopeful. One of the reasons I'm a little bit hopeful that we'll see more upside is Bitcoin, which is one of those like indicators that are good for altcoins, has broken above the daily 50 moving average. And this again, remember we talked about this one being in a big ABC correction. This one lines up perfectly with the big 236 fib up here at 0.04089. So this is where I'm looking for. So remember, for the rest of the month, because of this ABC correction I'm expecting in Bitcoin, I think Ethereum is a better buy than Bitcoin for the little short term, or this month anyway. Now, most altcoins, are either sideways or in a downtrend. They are not trending higher. There are very, very few altcoin setups that are looking good or really ready to move. We are trying to find them. So the key now is really kind of paying attention to what everyone's chatting about, going and looking at it. Is it in an uptrend? Is it worth taking a look at? So let's take a look at a couple that caught my eye this morning. WABI is one of them. So WABI is in a counter trend uptrend. The reason it's counter trend is because we are underneath the daily 200 moving average. But with the bullish cross of our daily moving averages, we are counter trend going back to the 200 moving average. So that's our target, our first target back to the highs. And then our second fib target in WABI is 74.69. So first rally, resistance, pull back 50%. Second rally, we've pulled back to retest this resistance. Support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, and we're continuing higher. Where we've been stuck in WABI since then is very similar to Bitcoin, because it's this 50% level of the drop. We haven't been able to clear that, so I'm looking for a breakout higher in WABI today above 47.64. It's looking really good to do it, but we're not broken out yet. Okay, if we can get above that, 47.64, remember we're looking back to the highs, 5,700, 5,800 in the daily 200 moving average, and then we're looking for 7,400. So this one I'm watching to break the trend and go higher in WABI. So remember, this was a 50% pullback, 50% rally. We've just pulled back to 50% of this rally, and now we're breaking the trend if we break this 47.59 level. So stop underneath this 20 move. You're trading this on a 4 hour. You need underneath this little swing lows where you'll need your stop if we break out like 4,520. So WABI, looking for a breakout. I am looking for a move in BAT hourly as well. This I think is setting up. So here's the daily view of BAT, and here's this wedge that we're trying to break out of. We've got 2 nice touches on the bottom, 3 nice touches on the top, false breakout, pulled back to find support, and now we're trying again. So that's the bigger context of what we're looking at for this short-term hourly wedge. We're just setting up a buy here, but it's not really a buy until we break out in basic attention token. But when we do, this will be a big deal because of the bigger hourly wedge that we're in. So just keep an eye on this one. I'm going to not buy it here. I'm going to wait and see. And if we can get out above here and then find support at 4,900, that's going to be my buy level. So 4,900 is the fib. It's the trend line. That's what I'm looking for in basic attention token to today. If we can get going.